Hey guys, how you going? This is Tariq, and thanks very much for coming onto this video. I thought, you know what, maybe you don't want to read the long copy on the email, so I recorded a voice version or a movie version of this. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. So what I'm going to cover is why getting more clients will not fix your business. Okay, this is an article I wrote some time ago, and there's obviously a lot of haters out there. But I absolutely believe in this message, and I want you to hear me out for a second. Kind of feels like book club, but let's see how we go. So a few years ago, I don't know what the stat is now, maybe we all heard that 95% of businesses fail within the first 5 years, 50% within the first year. Maybe that's increased, but I take a wild guess and say this goes for online businesses too, which is pretty staggering. How many individuals and families have been affected as a result? We don't know. Will we ever know? Who knows? So, but you can blame this on a whole lot of factors. But in serving quite a few clients before, there's a common theme that they've all had that leads them close to failure, or in my client's case, to the brink of it. So more on this a little bit later, but basically what I want to touch on, and one of the reasons this article is pretty close to my heart as well, is because it sort of demonstrates where I came from, the journey that I went through. And it's a journey that a lot of entrepreneurs or businesses and experts, coaches, service providers, call them what you like. That's exactly the same journey that they've been through. Maybe someone listening to this as well would have gone through the same thing. So number one, you start off with your brand new idea, and then you fill to the brim with excitement, and you're just ready and raring to go. So what you do is you get on social media, you build a website, which bloody takes months as well to do, um, and you start getting ads out onto Facebook, and then all of a sudden you realize, hang on, why aren't people knocking my door down to come and work with me? Okay, you do this for a few weeks, maybe a few months, and then this leads to sort of a downturn in energy. People get depressed. People start thinking, hang on, maybe this isn't the right business for me. Maybe I need to do something else. And so basically, the energy slows and you start to search for new answers. Okay. And you think, aha, of course, we need to pay for traffic, or we need to pay a bit more for traffic. So you get the business card out, you get the credit card out, and you start spending more on traffic. And then you basically back into, hang on, why aren't people knocking our door down to work with us? Okay. And then you realize that you really don't know what you don't know. And you set out doing all the marketing courses. In the meantime, you've got shiny object syndrome, and you're now wondering, whether the conviction that you had for your business when you started out, the excitement that you had, was actually warranted, and that maybe you should go and look at something else. Maybe you should look at some other ideas. This one isn't really working out. Anyway, you do the marketing courses, you invest thousands and thousands of dollars. I know because I've done that. You invest thousands and you try and learn everything that there is to learn, and you forget that you actually need to start applying a few basic principles as you go inside your business. So you learn all this stuff and then you become overeducated, right? And then not only does that lead to analysis paralysis, it leads to like money being an issue. And then you need to cut back. And marketing is usually the first to go, right? Because hang on, how am I going to sustain this if I keep marketing without getting any return on ad spend at all? So your to-do list grows, you try and do everything by yourself, and then you get stuck inside your business. For example, if you're running funnels, you're integrating Zapier with GoToWebinar, with ClickFunnels, with God knows what else, and you're just stuck working inside your business. You get a couple of clients here and there, you start dropping your fees, you start undercharging for your service. We've all done that, maybe, hopefully not. You get a few clients, actually clients that you shouldn't even be taking on. It keeps the bills paid, but you're not sure where your next client is going to come from. That is a very empty feeling, guys. You kind of just stare at your screen wondering where the next client is going to come from, and so on. But who's pushing the bike along? It's a vicious cycle. I hope you get that pun. That was a pretty cool pun, I thought. So now I know because I've been through it. I've failed over and over in so many businesses until I actually found what I really need to focus on to ensure I'm around for a long time to come. Not only for myself, but for my family and my friends, to ensure that the bills are paid, to ensure the family is provided for, to ensure we can give back, to ensure I can afford some toys for myself, for my family. Let's face it, who is not in business to not have any toys? To ensure, this is the biggest one for me, is to ensure the freedom of choice. If my family want to work, if my wife wants to work, if I want to work, I have the choice to whether to work or not. Okay? So I've had clients before, and I was still only living month to month or client to client. So I had absolutely no idea where my next client was going to come from. And those were actually the darkest times in my business because nothing was working. And this is where I do it myself and regularly, and I do it with my clients as well. I pull them back to 30,000 feet and I say, hang on, guys, what is the issue here? Why do businesses fail? And the answer is most likely you or me. Okay, when I experienced that when I was trying to grow my business, I was the one that was making it fail. And it's something hard to swallow and hard to stomach, but when you try and do everything in your business, you actually become the bottleneck. And another thing is that there's only one of you. You cannot scale you. So do you see what I mean? How do you grow your business if you only have 24 hours in a day? But there is a way you can clone yourself online. That's the beauty of online, okay? So take a step back, close your eyes, do whatever it is you need to do, but I want you to ask yourself this question. What will get me clients consistently without me being there? Okay, so I want you to close your eyes, do whatever you need to do to visualize and actually think. I want you to deep dive. I want you to dig within yourself. If you have a business partner, discuss it. What is going to get you clients consistently without you being there? Another question I want to ask you, another couple, is what do big businesses have that small businesses don't? Maybe you've worked in corporate before. Maybe you're still in a 9-to-5 job. Maybe you have a partner that works for a slightly bigger business. What do McDonald's have, guys? What do big businesses have that small businesses don't, but they should? Does Richard Branson have a pilot's license? Okay, maybe he does. I don't know. But you know what I mean. How many checks does he do on aircraft every single week? He does none. Okay, he doesn't need to. So like Warren Buffett said, if you're not making money while you're asleep, your business is dead. So just a side note, I remember actually the first time I made money while I was asleep. When I woke up and I realized, I checked my account. What did I do? I went straight back to bed. Joy. So I'm going to tell you exactly what big businesses have that small businesses don't. It's systems, dog. Systems. Okay? If you're not used to thinking like this, it requires a major shift in mindset, which is, it can be a hard thing. Okay? I used to be in a 9-to-5 job for about 16 years as an engineer. So it requires a major shift in mindset, which can be hard if you're used to charging hourly or if you're used to charging for your time and you're not used to charging for the results or the value that you provide. Okay, so I'll put an end to the waffle and I'll tell you 3 things that you actually need to be able to start getting clients regularly, predictably, consistently. Okay, so number 1 is you need to get your message right. Start here. This is where you start. Okay, I used to hate using the word USP, and I still do. I really, really hate it with a passion because it's just so used car salesman-y. Okay, so now I just call it messaging and positioning. Why? Because it's more than just positioning yourself. So just an analogy to help you understand is that usually in an interview, you sit across the table from your prospect or from your employee or whatever it is. This time, sit next to them on the same side. It changes the complete dynamic, okay? So instead of talking at them, you're now talking with them, you're speaking with them. A core part is to make people understand where you're coming from, show them you understand their journey, and are there to run the marathon with them, okay? Not just a sprint. Show them what you can do for them. Show them your results, which is an excellent segue into number 2. Charge for results, guys. There are so many scammers online. There are so many offers. Less is more. Charge for results. People are becoming really, really savvy online and they can smell an e-rat when they sense one. So I want you to elevate yourself, elevate your business and show people the result you can actually give them. Don't worry about the temperature of traffic. Now, that was another controversial article I wrote. By that, I mean don't worry about cold, warm or hot traffic. focus on your business, charge for results, because then your prospects can actually see what you've done for others and they'll want the exact same thing. I hope that makes sense. If you can do that for businesses, why in the world would they not want to work for you? Okay, so far we've covered your message. You're charging for results now, remember? And what you're going to do is you're going to do away with to-do lists and you're going to start focusing on systems. Your to-do list should focus on doing systems. Okay, so imagine a system that gets clients for you even when you're not there. Okay, that's a pretty cool thing, marketing automation, etc. Those are things that you need to invest in. So do you really want to work your ass off and still be in the same position months later? There's a name for that, and I used to be in it for 16 years. It's called a job. Okay, what you need to do is build a system that reverses the chase. Remember that phrase. Reverse the chase and get clients coming into you. Okay, I want you to focus on nothing but this. There are tons of ways to do it. Okay, so don't worry about that just yet. There are tons of ways to do this, but once it's set up, it reduces the amount of time you spend in your business so you can keep clients coming in even when you're not there. Now, when you're recording a video, always make sure you close out your Skype. I keep getting people coming on. Okay, and that's it, guys. So the 3 things that you need to focus on from now are your message. Make sure you charge for results and for outcomes. Do not charge hourly anymore. And I want you to focus on systems. I want you to take a step back and try and replace yourself with systems, okay? End of. To your abundance. I'm going to go and smash this piece of chocolate that I'm looking at the moment. Tea out. Peace. I'll be sending you also a PS. I'll be sending you a case study of one of the small, big victories a client of mine had, actually. Please read it. Share your thoughts. He did amazing. He started off, I think, with 18K in 7 days, and now he's doing about 30K a month. You know, just a measly 30K. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon, and take care. Bye.